All right, I'm here with Steve Slagle, the CEO of PPAI. And Steve, I'm so glad you're taking a few minutes out of your crazy day to visit with us. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. I look forward to the opportunity to have a little chat with you. I appreciate your taking time as well. So good afternoon to you.
All right, excellent. Well, for this interview, we're going to touch on really some specific things that have to do with PPAI and what we're doing to deal with some of these challenges that are facing our industry. And clearly, the association has taken a lead on dealing with some of this harmful regulation and all these things that are going to certainly have an effect, I believe, a negative effect on our industry. So, what do you see happening with these legislative issues, Steve?
Well, Jeff, you're right. There's a lot of challenges and issues. We've always had them, but I think in the last year to year and a half, we've just seen a lot more activity on the regulatory front, legislative front for our industry. So we've been trying to get ahead of it. Started 2 years ago, really up in our game, doing things in Washington, D.C. much more actively. Got a real grassroots connection now with our members through our regional associations. So we're poised to do really good work and have been for some time. Looking ahead, there are like 4 or 5 things that I think our members and the viewers need to take note of. Legislation in Congress right now, both the House and Senate, affecting how workers are classified. The bottom line is, if this legislation passes, independent contractors, the salespeople in the industry as we know them today, very likely would be forced to become employees. And there's a lot of ramifications from that. And we've got a lot of this information covered on our website. Give a little tip here. If one just Googles PPAI Law, L-A-W, it goes immediately to our website. Got all this information there, so anybody can find it very easily. Second issue, which is totally unknown to the industry and to most industries, there's within the healthcare bill that passed back in the spring, there's a provision that all businesses must in 2012 begin to issue 1099s, IRS requirement, 1099s to any company or individual that brings them a good or a service. It used to be just for services. Now it's for goods. So hundreds, if not thousands, of 1099s to be issued by companies really purchasing anything from anybody. Think airlines, restaurants, FedEx, UPS, whatever.
Or do you think that's just going to be a little problem for the businesses there, huh, Steve?
Businesses all over the map. So
that's funny. I didn't see that on the news in the healthcare bill. That must be in one of those how many thousands of pages we didn't see there?
You didn't. It's buried down in about 2 paragraphs. Unless what you're looking for, you'd never find it. But believe me, it's there. People don't believe it's there, but it is.
Just missed it. Okay.
Another issue, which is really sort of a positive thing, there's a piece of legislation called the Healthy Workforce Act. It has within it the provision for the government to issue grants to companies who want to put in place a wellness program for their employees. Opportunity for our industry is to help clients of our distributors to put a wellness program in place and apply for grant money to pay for it. We're working this year to get that prepared for our distributors. It takes effect next year, 2011. So we got a chance to help our clients, distributors help our clients, put wellness programs in place for employees and have government money, over $200 million in grant to help pay for that.
All right.
Promotional products. Then one other issue, it's not a legislative matter, but we all know about OSHA, Occupational Safety and Hazardous Administration, our Health Administration, and they are now looking again at safety incentive programs. And their notion at this point is that safety incentive programs are not necessarily good. They actually encourage workers to underreport or not report accidents. Obviously, promotional products have been used in safety incentive programs for a long, long time. So we're tracking that. There are hearings being held now, and we're going to do our best, as we did back in the 90s, to make sure that those programs remain in place, that in promotional products and incentive products do work in the workplace to help encourage workers to report hazardous things and things that may lead to accidents in the workplace. So there's all kinds of regulation and legislation now, Jeff, that sort of rises up in a surprising way from time to time, and we're doing our best to keep abreast of it on PPAI law. We've got all this information listed there, and our members and companies can go there at any time and respond, hopefully, to the actions that we're asking them to take.
Wow, well, we certainly appreciate all the efforts that PPAI is putting into this, and I would really like to personally encourage the people out there that are watching this to just get involved. I mean, on PPAI law, it's very easy to contact the legislators and so forth, because, we sit there, we're napping, just thinking this doesn't affect us, and very clearly it is affecting us, and it's we cannot be silent on this. We've got to be involved.
Well, you're right. And the one issue I told you about, the independent contractors, there are 50 to 60,000 promotional consultants in this industry that are classified as independent contractors. If they all have to become employees of the distributor companies that they work with, it means a significant change in how they work, how they actually move forward in their profession, and it's not a healthy thing for any of our promotional consultants. We're not saying it's the only way that a distributor salesperson can work. They can be an employee or an independent contractor. We're just in favor of the choice for our members.
Right, exactly. Well, gosh. Steve, thanks for sharing all this good news with us. I mean, there was a sliver of good news. Nice having you there, buddy. No, I think the good news is that we do have the association out there lobbying for us, because this is just so important. Well, all right, I want to touch on one thing that's also, well, it's in the bad news area there, but some may recall that we did a promo tip a while ago, and it was actually on the front. It was a picture from the front page of the Los Angeles Business Journal, and leave it to California and Los Angeles to just lead the way in insanity. Okay, I think I want to move to Texas, where you guys are, but anyway, that's another topic. But this was a pile of promotional products that was collected at UCLA because a doctor, there was some movement afoot to stop the use of promotional products. They felt that promotional products were going to sway the way doctors prescribe medication. So, like, if I give a doctor a pen here, that means they're going to prescribe some drug to me. I mean, it's just ludicrous. But, it was like, it likened promotional products to like guns and syringes. That was what I alluded to in the promo tip. It's like, hey, we're doing a gun roundup. This is harmful to the industry. These branded products there. Can you just give us a quick update on what's happening with this whole pharma thing?
Well, I will. It's not classified in good news necessarily, Jeff. That hasn't gone away. The pharma code is still in place, and in fact, if anything, the disease, the virus, if you will, has spread. There are more than 30 different medical organizations at this point that have also adopted codes similar to the pharma code. They're now saying and suggesting that they do not want to allow promotional products to be given away in exhibits at their conferences. So that's going to continue. I don't think that's going to go away. It's not going to back up. I think the thing to look out for the future in this is for us to take steps and be wary that this whole thing doesn't spread to other industries, like the financial industry, the insurance industry. Once it gets a foothold and people get this notion that promotional products are a bad thing, that they would influence people to do things that they shouldn't be doing, as in doctors prescribing medications that they shouldn't prescribe, then we're going down a very slippery slope. So we continue to battle those messages with our PR efforts. We need to be alert to what's going on in the state and federal legislation to make sure that these kinds of things don't emerge there. But I think we all got to be paying attention to this, Jeff, so that other industries don't take on the same kind of idea that promotional products are a four-letter word, that gift means something bad when it's not bad at all.
Right. Well, hey, thanks so much for taking the time to share, Steve. I think it's been very informative. And once again, I encourage everybody to go to PPAI Law and get involved.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm sorry I couldn't deliver some more positive information. But I tell you, the positive note out of all this is we do have an opportunity as individuals and companies in this industry to have an impact. We proved that with the Physician Payment Sunshine Act, which was actually the healthcare bill passed in the spring. We had a small victory there. We got to continue that effort and make sure people go, contact their elected officials, use our website to do that. So thanks for helping spread the word.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff.